Hey y'all, it's Natalie and I'm here again with a fun vacation page. I am using the Cedar House collection and scrapbooking these pictures of my family and myself in Seattle in front of Pike Place Market. I recently created some pocket pages using the Cedar House collection, and I really like the grungy feel it gives for Seattle, and so I wanted to use it on the accompanying full-size page. That is a cut file from Not Just for Boys Kit Club, and so I'm just adding a thicker to it to make it say Vacay Fun Times. And I have this lovely paper. It's from Uniquely Creative, and I'm pretty sure, and it's really beautiful. It's got a map of a city on it, and it's like ombre blue to green, but which is the color of the sky a lot in my photo. But like I said, it's in Seattle, and I'm trying to get it to jive really well with a pocket page that I created using Cedar House. And so I'm going to grunge it up with those papers as well. So I'm just going to do some messy layering behind each of the photos, and then I'm going to place them in each corner, kind of like a diagonal with the title in the middle. So I'm just, tearing apart my papers and building them behind the photos to build the layering right now. And I'm going with like cream, black, and cream, and then like a little bit of the brick paper there, and a little other bit of one that's more textured, more grungy, but not any colors really. So I did pull out another thicker, the ones that say Let's Go, and so it's like this chartreuse, if you will, I think is the right name of it. This color, it's not quite yellow, it's not quite green, maybe like limey green, but it matched with I think the Pebbles, the road trip collection. Anyway, it's not part of the Cedar House collection, but it has a similar color to that Together piece that came from the Cedar House collection. So I'm going to use that as pops of color, as well as the red in the photo. I'm going to use that to pop as well. So still working on those layering bits and kind of making sure of how I want everything to show up. I'm going to do some ink blending on the Fun Times because I'm not going to keep it bright white because remember, I'm trying to grunge it up here. So I get the layers how I want them. And so for the most part, the bigger pieces, I'm going to go here and put a staple in them just so they don't move, because I'm not ready to commit. I'm not ready to stick them down on the paper yet, because I want to do a few more things. So there were just two cute pictures of my in-laws there, so I printed both of them. They're a little bit different, so I just like to layer them, and it just kind of adds to the grunge feel, to the unique nature of the page. So my idea was to get these pops of red to pop through, and I did like the Distress Oxide trick of like pulling the ink up with the water, but that didn't really work. Spoiler alert. So what you see me doing is I'm putting Barn Door on in splotches, and then I'm going to do this hickory smoke all over, and then I'm going to cover everything in Distress ink. So the water does pick it up, the ink, but it didn't pick it up enough to allow the red to show through. But that's okay. I remedy that. I am adding a little water now before I add the black on, just to add to the distressed nature of the project. It does cover it up when I go in with this black right here, and I even pull off the S, but it's fine. I will kind of glue it all back together when I stick everything down. So there we have me going in and finishing off adding the black soot distress ink to the top. And it might not have worked because it wasn't Distress Oxide, so the black I have is only Distress ink, not as Distress Oxide, but it's fine. So there I go, adding in the water alone. And it does pick up the color as it's supposed to, but it didn't allow that red to shine through. So I decide to just grab the red again and just basically create a splatter with it and then splatter it on. And so it's not bold, but it gives that red tint, which I think brings in the red from the sign and the umbrellas in the photos. And so that helps tie in the red because there's not really any other red in the page. So now I'm using black soot again to add splatter onto the background. Like I said, it's a pretty background paper, so I'm just adding a little bit, distressing it up here, incorporating that black from the title and from the layering bits that are going to be behind the photos into the paper. And then I'm going to use this Dress My Craft punch and add a couple of lines of dotted border punch at the top of the page. And then I'm going to back that with some black paper as well. Again, just mimicking that black element a few times around the page for cohesion. This was the first stop on our Alaska cruise. We left from the port in Seattle. So this is at the beginning of our our Alaska album. And I'm just going to work through that right now, trying to do some pages and get some done. Because, we have a lot of other trips planned. And I want to, have pages completed throughout the book, which I've already done quite a few. But there's always more. There's always something, right? So now it's time to commit. So we've got the splatter, I've got the other elements of black on the back. So I'm going to start sticking down my layers and my photos. And then building my title, because that will overlay and overlap a little bit on the photos. Add some negative space. I'm going to add the let's go bit over there to the left. And I think about putting the together word down at the bottom because it's a photo of them two together, but it actually finds another home because there's a space between vacay and fun times that it would just nestle so perfectly into, and I just had to put it there. It's fine. I find another piece of ephemera to put down at the bottom so it can create, it's not even a triangle, but just 3 kind of bursts of color on the page, because I'm going to use the 2 in the middle kind of as a 1 burst of color. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's not a hard, fast rule, but I kind of treat it as such. So sticking down that with my Nuvo adhesive, that is, the vacay is a thicker from Vicki Boutin. Have you heard the news about Vicki? About she's going to work for 49 and Market, so that's exciting. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do together. I think it'll be a good experiment. So I stuck down the let's go. I move that together over there with that other label bit, nestle it nicely into that little bit. And I pull out the globe and this camera. Those are both from the ephemera pack from Cedar House. And then the label and the little ticket that it goes under the globe are from 49 and Market. So even the coloring in that collection worked really well with these other American Craft collections. Just like I'm sure Vicki will work well with both of those companies. I don't know if she's for sure leaving American Crafts. I assume so, but I don't know. Heidi Swap does her own thing on the side and still works with American Crafts. So if you know, let me know. Oh, look, we're done. Let me know what you think down below. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. If you like this travel page, I have a ton more. I have a playlist for just the Alaska cruise. And then look at my hashtag on Instagram. It's #roadtripthrills with the dills. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.